Here's a Japanese sandman sneaking on with a duel. Just an old second-hand man, he'll buy your old days from you.
Hello and welcome. It's the JT Forum Podcast. Today is January 22nd, 2011, and this is episode number 3. It's a bit of a long one, but as you know, all good things come in long packages. I do have to apologize for the wait to all of you who have been waiting for this magical episode. To the both of you, I apologize. I think it's going to be... What's that noise? That can only mean one thing. It's time for Talking to Students. This is a new segment where I go around the school and talk to a few students, some Japanese students, and ask them a few questions about their experiences in Canada, overseas. And without further ado...
Tell me some strange things about Canada or some culture shock that you've had.
The vodka is more stronger than car. The person driving in the car always stop for us.
Okay.
In Japan, maybe car is stronger than vodka. We have to wait and we have to,
bathroom, washroom is together room. So in Japan, separate a little. I want to separate.
Train. We don't need to check. Always. I'm surprised first time because I'm looking for the check place, but
Nobody checks your ticket.
Yeah. But many people buy.
Sometimes
Sometimes?
check. So if you don't have ticket,
Yeah.
you pay.
Like 100. Someone who belong to company give me snacks like chocolate bar or water. It's really strange for me.
On the street?
On the street.
Okay. Why is that strange?
Because it's I have never seen this situation. So for the first time I thought it's poison.
Okay. And now, do you think it's safe?
Yeah, I can adapt.
Okay. Good.
In my case, definitely tips.
Okay.
Because in my culture, we don't have paying tips in any store and any restaurant. So for tips, it's different for me.
Good or bad?
Bad.
My homestay family. Now I stay in Vancouver, but because I stay in Victoria, the both of them, we don't have the key inside the washroom. I don't know system. But when I stay in Japan, we have to lock the key when I stay inside. But here, don't do that. We don't have we don't have the key, and I'm so scared. Like when I first time here, I'm so scared. Like someone's coming like that.
Has anybody come into the washroom?
No.
Good.
Now I'd like to welcome our guest. who has been a member of JT Forum for about 6 years now. Welcome to the JT Forum podcast, Zorro.
Thank you, Reisender. Glad to be
Good to
here.
have you. Yes, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you for choosing me to be your third guest, and thanks again for doing this podcast.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine.
It's a cool thing to add to the forum, I think.
I wanted to start off asking you about your name, Zorro. What's that all about?
Well, it was just before I became a member that I read the original Zorro book. And I was very impressed with his stance against oppressive authority.
Wow.
And I thought, that is a lot like me. And it was fresh in my mind when I joined up. What's my username going to be?
That's a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. Okay. And why
I didn't think it was that deep, but
I don't know. I just thought you'd say Zorro's cool or something like that.
Well, I really hate the new Zorro movies, to be honest. I think if anyone's going to appreciate Zorro, they've got to go back to the original book.
Yeah.
The movies are just flash, and there's hardly any of this. It begins to get deep from there. But yeah, you really got to read the original book to appreciate Zorro, I think.
How old is it? When were the originals out?
Oh, geez, that was like 1910s or 20s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that an American thing?
I'm really not sure if the book was written by an American or not. I think it was.
You're an American, is that right?
That's right. I'm American.
And where are you from?
I'm from. I was born in Ohio.
Oh.
From there, I moved to West Virginia. I actually grew up mostly in West Virginia, but I've done my time in Texas and California as well.
And in Japan, where do you live now?
No, I live in Nagano Prefecture.
In Nagano?
Yeah, this is my second home. I've spent most of my time in Japan here in Nagano, but I also lived in Ibaraki for a few years.
Okay, what made you change?
Well, my longtime girlfriend was from Nagano, and she was living in a neighboring prefecture of Ibaraki. We got married, and we both wanted to come back to her hometown.
And are you good with the move? Like, do you like Nagano?
That's a good question. There are a lot of things I love about Nagano. I love the fresh air. I love the fact that being up in the mountains, it's dry. So you never really have any moisture problems like mold or clothes not drying, things like that.
You had that in Ibaraki?
In Ibaraki, oh yes, it's really moist. Lots of cockroaches, things like that. But,
lovely. I can't see why you moved.
But the unfortunate thing about Nagano is it used to be much more exciting. 10 years ago, it was a really happening place, but it's really gone downhill.
Huh? Like tourism and everything?
Well, I would say the general friendliness of the gaijin crowd.
Huh. Like towards each other or towards
they didn't used to be such loners before. Now I feel there are a lot of loners, and people are not getting together and partying and things like that. Or
the gun crowd.
Yeah, or maybe I'm just too old for them. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting excluded. Who knows?
About Nagano itself, what do you like? You say fresh air.
The fresh air, the dry air, the views. The mountains are lovely.
Is there anything that like most people Nagano of course for the skiing? Is there any that you think people are doing that they don't like that's not skiing?
Well, you asked one of your previous podcast interviewees what their favorite place was, and I immediately thought of my favorite place, which is called Utsukushigahara Koen.
Utsukushigahara?
Utsukushigahara
Koen.
It's up in the mountains between the city of Ueda and the city of Matsumoto.
Matsumoto.
That's right, and it's an outdoor art museum, and I don't think a lot of foreigners go to that place. Anytime I've been there, I haven't seen many.
What kind of art?
Mostly statues.
Okay.
Placed outside. Mostly. What kind of art would you call it? I'm not really an art person.
Yeah.
to be honest, there's a lot of weird and fascinating statues that they have.
Is that like a hidden treasure in Nagano?
In a way, I guess you could say so.
And so you've been now in Ibara for how long?
Well, I've been in Japan total about 15 years.
Wow, is that 10?
No, it's been a little off and on, mostly on. I'd actually left Japan and did not plan on returning, but several things brought me back.
I don't know if we have any people that left and then decided back. Okay.
I guess I'm just a real loser that way.
No. What? I mean, what be back?
Well, probably the biggest thing was the thing that brought me here in the first place: work and money. Like I said, I spent most of my time growing up in West Virginia, and the economy, I can't remember when it was ever good there. So it was always a big question of, what kind of work am I going to do?
You mean the economy wasn't good there?
Yeah, even when the economy is good in the rest of the country, it's not that great in West Virginia. So it's a question of what am I going to do. Last time I went back, I was actually thinking of working in a foundry. In a foundry.
I don't know.
A foundry is a place where they do metal work, like making grates and fences, that kind of thing. And that's pretty grubby, hot work. Not really a place where you would think a college graduate was going to be working. But, you've got to eat somehow.
So how do you eat in Japan?
I make my bread and butter teaching English, like so many others.
Good.